Hello and welcome to the University of California Merced's broadcast of our weekly rundown of what is coming up this week at the Student Career Center. There are a number of exciting different engagements that are happening at the University of California Merced this week and beyond. There might be actually some room for other engagements throughout the valley that UC Merced students are indeed invited for. So I hope you can join us for those events that are coming up. So today is January 30th, which means we are entering in an exciting February, a February that will have tons of employer visits, tons of engagement opportunities, tons of branding opportunities for yourself. And so I hope that you can make it to this fantastic couple of events that are coming up. For this week, we will be providing a rundown of what is happening this week. And I hope you can join us every Monday for these type of podcast series where we can actually promote and showcase the various events on campus that you'll be able to engage in as a UC Merced student. And if you're not a UC Merced student, you can always join us later by becoming a student at one of the greatest universities in the California system. So I want to get to some of our weekly rundown of what is happening this week. We have City Year that will be coming out to campus really all this week. You should check out our Instagram page, which is one of the top Instagram hits for campus. On that Instagram page, we're actually going to allow City Year to actually take over our page, meaning that they can go in there and they'll start loading up a couple of cool things, photos that they have, maybe even some past student alumni engagement that City Year currently works with. City Year does indeed work with a lot of our students, and they do hire a lot of our students. So I hope that you can join us later for that Instagram takeover on January 31st. That is tomorrow. And so hopefully you can join us there. We have an exciting invitation on February 1st, and I hope that you, as a UC Merced student, or just someone that may be just interested in the agricultural, environmental science space, I'm hoping that you can join us as we go down to Fresno State and go to the USDA's career fair that they will be hosting. Harvesting Leaders for Tomorrow is something that we try to go to every single year, is an event that we hope that you would enjoy and go to in the future. We do have a limited amount of space for students to join us on a van that we will be taking round trip directly from UC Merced down to Fresno State. If you're interested in going to that career fair, you might want to board that bus or that van because, again, while it's free to go to the fair for anyone that is at a HSI university, what is the issue is if you go is traveling down to Fresno State, as well as the parking costs that are there. But if you join our van, those you don't need to worry about those costs. So that's something that I'm hoping that you can join us on in the future. Why is that event important? Well, not only is the USDA there, they have numerous jobs, and really they have a number of different positions that you can go into, a lot that focus on a stable environment that you can truly flourish. Not only will they have USDA jobs there, but they'll have like a lot of private industry. Having gone to this event before, having spoken with a lot of representatives at this event, I can tell you that there's between 30 to 40 different organizations, both private and public. So there's like a lot of private industry at this event also hiring that are really looking for talent. And so the best way to gain access points to these individuals, the best way to gain access points to industry representatives is in fact to actually meet them in person. It's not taking a resume and throwing it out to 1,000 different applications. It's actually meeting them. It's meeting them face to face and sort of telling them your story. And this is where it gets really critical. Those that have been in my networking and my interview workshops know that having the correct message when you're going up to these tables is critical for you to get noticed. And what I really want to talk about today is focusing in on that message. The idea that you don't go up there with a blank elevator pitch where you're going up and just sort of talking about all the cool things about yourself, what makes you the greatest and the best, what makes you egotistically the best mechanical engineer in the universe, for instance. That's not the main issue. What you should be focusing on is really trying to figure out the pain points of that company, of that organization, and how you, with your skills, can help meet those needs, can help fill those pain points, can go in there and help satisfy their mission goals, as well as the enthusiasm to do it as well. And so that's why going to these in-person career fairs are so critical to your overall success, because again, it allows you to tell your story, it allows you to tell your enthusiasm, it allows you to go up there and say hello and really showcase how you can be a fit in the company and help satisfy their pain points. Heal their pain is something that you should constantly think of when you go to these career fairs. And so that is happening this Wednesday, February 1st, from 12 to 4 o'clock at the Student Union at Fresno State. Your friendly neighborhood career specialist will actually be in attendance at the fair as well. So if you have any questions on particular companies, you can always hunt us down at the event and sort of ask us how you would go about, or how we would go about engaging with those particular organizations. A lot of cool organizations that will be there. E&J Gallo usually is there. Foster Farms is usually there. The Wine Group is usually there. A lot of individuals that sort of help with that industry, such as soil sampling, air sampling, water quality sampling, sort of analysis of those crops that are being developed and grown, even GIS, geographic information systems. All those skill sets will be at this event. And so I'm hoping that you can join us on February 1st. Again, there is a van open to UC Merced students that you can join in on. It's only for UC Merced students. So if you are watching this and you are not a UC Merced student, unfortunately, you cannot join in on the van. And so I just want to remind you that that is available to you. And I would strongly recommend going to that fair. As if you are a graduating senior, you should actually be starting to apply for positions right now. Now is the time that you should be applying to positions. In fact, we are in week 5 of January, and so you should actually have 5 applications out already since January 2nd. If anyone knows my routine, it's 1 per week in January, 2 in February, 3 in March, 4 in April, and then 10 per week by the time that you graduate. And so this is a great time to sort of meet with employers. This is a great time to connect with employers, to speak with employers, and to engage with employers. And so this is a great time for you to go out there and truly find a spot. And I do recommend that February 1st career fair that is happening on our campus. City Air also will be out here on March 2nd. I believe that they will be tabling on March 2nd, or sorry, not March 2nd, February 2nd. So I do believe on February 2nd they will be here and tabling live on campus. And there's also very likely a chance that they will actually be streaming live on this podcast series at UC Merced. Probably at 2 o'clock on Thursday. So if you want to see the live production of that, it's going to be happening on Thursday at 2 o'clock. And follow us if you want to actually get notified of when we go live with those events. I think you'll find it very, very enlightening, very interesting, something that you can truly look and seek out. And so that will be happening on February 2nd. And then on February 3rd, we're also going to be doing another podcast series. This one I think you'll find really interesting regarding the future of this technology, regarding what we can do with this tech. And so on February 3rd, very likely we'll have another podcast where we will have an individual who actually maximizes and utilizes this technology in the classroom space. So I'm a big believer that with this streaming technology that many professors, if they chose to, could actually stream a lot of their content online so the world can gain access to a lot of this information. And so we'll be discussing more of those issues, how we can innovate the classroom space by using this technology with our special guest podcast guest that's happening on February 3rd. So I'm very hopeful that you'll be able to join us on those days and come out and seek those presentations out. Just a reminder that there is no professional development workshop this week. We will have another one on February 10th at noon, starring yours truly, where we will actually be hosting a resume and cover letter guide workshop, where I'll pretty much tell you the 6 secrets of really how to design your first branding piece. Essentially, that's what a resume is. It's a branding piece. It's a car commercial on paper. You're marketing your skill sets and marketing your past achievements to really drive home the point that you can help with the future pain points of any company that you apply for, or really any scholarship that you may fit into. Because a resume is used a lot more than just in a usual, I'm applying for an internship. I'm applying for a graduate degree. I'm applying for a full-time career. A resume can be used in a number of different areas, but you have to have the right one. And it is a branding piece. It is a marketing exercise. I usually say to students, it is your first marketing piece that you've ever created, and who knows better than yourself. So we will be hosting a resume review workshop on February 10th at noon. Via Zoom. If you want to join in on that, all you have to do is register on Handshake. And so I hope that you can join us on those days. With that, there's one last event that I want to talk about today, and I'll probably talk about it again until the actual day of the event. So every Monday until February 22nd, you'll hear me talking about this event. We will be hosting an HSI Virtual Career Expo on February 22nd. On February 22nd, we will be hosting a virtual career expo where over 250 companies will be available for UC Merced students to connect with. Again, that's 250 companies that UC Merced can connect with. So if you're a UC Merced student and you haven't found an internship yet, if you haven't found a full-time career yet, this is your spot to go to, other than the February 1st career event that's happening in Fresno. This February 22nd virtual, online, which means you, from the comfort of your own home, you can speak with these companies. If you don't have an internship yet or a full-time career yet, February 22nd is a great chance to connect with over 250 companies and organizations that will be seeking to hire or recruit you into their organization. So if you're looking for an internship, if you're looking for a full-time career, do not miss out on that event. You have to register on our Handshake portal. It's open to UC Merced students and a select number of other universities. So if you go on the Handshake and your university is part of the Career Expo, you'll see it listed there, and you can also apply to be part of the conference. But if you're a UC Merced student, it's right there on Handshake. All you have to do is hit the registration button, and then we'll even send out a reminder the day of the event, just so that you remember to attend the event. So please do so if you haven't done so already. Speaking of deadlines that are coming up, there's also another special set of deadlines that are usually coming up around this time, and that's the issue of the research experiences for undergraduate students through the National Science Foundation. REUs at NSF, you might have seen that I've sent out a gigantic recommendation email in December regarding a potential list of REUs that you could apply for. And I just want to remind everyone that those deadlines are usually coming up around now. Between February 1st and the 15th are usually when like the most deadlines appear for those REUs. And if you don't know what an REU is, it's an enhanced research learning experience where you can actually go to a university beyond UC Merced for over the summer, go to a different university, not as a student, but really as a research assistant to faculty that are conducting research that may be interesting to you. What's really, really incredible about that opportunity is typically they give you a stipend between $3,500 to $7,500. They usually will cover your food costs, your housing costs, and your travel costs. And so if you're looking to get a research experience and get pretty much your internship for graduate studies, then I fully recommend that you actually apply for those programs. But the deadlines are coming up within the next 2 weeks, so you only have a limited time period to actually apply for those those particular opportunities. If you want to know more about where to find those opportunities, all you have to do is either email me or connect with me somehow in the office, and I will give you the links that are necessary to apply for those positions. With that, that is your weekly Monday rundown. I look forward to seeing you again next Monday, and we'll have a ton more opportunities for UC Merced students and beyond. Thank you for joining me today.